Do I have to keep talking about sports movies? I'm sensing a weird pattern here, but besides the point of the fact that I've been reviewing sports movies the whole time, I think, Rocky is honestly a very complex movie series. Sure, there's been other movie series in the past, but Rocky is different. Rocky has, like, give me a minute to count. I just counted on my fingers, and there's 8 Rocky movies if we count the Creed movies, which there's only 2 so far, but we are getting a third one, which I'm not talking about in this video because it doesn't come out yet until like November of this year. I hope. But Sylvester Stallone won't be in it because, I mean, it's called Creed. He kind of shouldn't have been in it that much, if you know what I mean. But we're getting off topic. I am a big fan of Rocky. Just only the first 2 Rocky movies, and after that I was like, eh. And then when I watched Creed for the first time, I was like, this is so serious. And then I watched the second one, and I was like, it's nostalgia and serious. It dealt with, like, we'll talk about Creed later. I trust you. Trust me when I say we'll talk about Creed later. Let's for now talk about Rocky, the original 6 movies instead before we talk about Creed. That's what I'm splitting this video into. We got part 1, the Rocky movies, and then part 2, which is the Creed movies. So, welcome to the movie review. And today, we're talking about the Rocky and Creed movies. The first Rocky movie came out in the late 60s. I mean, not the late 60s, the late 70s. So I was like, a late 70s movie. I didn't expect that. The other movies would eventually come out in like the 80s and 90s, I assume, and then Rocky 6 would take place in 2006. So, you know, we got all of that. But the first Rocky movie introduces us to Rocky, who was played by Sylvester Stallone, and he's a boxer. He's an Italian boxer, and for half the movie, I can't understand what the hell he's saying. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just his accent's very strong in this movie. Anyways, there's this other boxer named Apollo. I forgot the actor's name, but Apollo was okay. And he wants to fight someone from Chicago or whatever. No, they're in Philadelphia. He wants to fight someone in Philadelphia who's got no experience. And then Rocky's like, oh, I'll do it. Why not? I'll get a lot of money out of it, And also, he's in love with his friend Paulie's sister, Adrian. Like, at first she's very shy, but as the movies go on, she becomes a very strong, independent woman. Well, not independent, but she's like Rocky's anchor. Like, she's there for him. She knows exactly what to say and stuff like that. So, you can imagine how the movie ends. Rocky wins, Apollo loses, and Rocky gets the girl. There's a certain pattern in the Rocky movies, and it's the continuation. Rocky 2 immediately picks up where Rocky 1 left off, and it shows what happened after the fight. Going to the hospital, Rocky marries Adrian, and then she gets pregnant, and then Rocky runs out of money because he does not know how to spend his money wisely, and he ends up fighting Apollo again, and then he ends up winning again. And also, his son got a lot of hair, and fun fact, that was actually Sylvester Stallone's son. I can't remember which one. That's a bad thing to say. Anyways, it's really, you know what? It's an okay movie. I like the movie as well. My favorite moment was when Rocky took Adrian to the zoo. He's like, hey, Mr. Tiger, you can come to our wedding too, no problem. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, okay. Invite a tiger to your wedding. That's classic Sylvester Stallone. Like I mentioned before, there's a pattern with the Rocky movies, and it's a continuation of the previous movie. So Rocky 3, he fights Mr. T. And this time, Apollo helps him train to fight Mr. T. So I was like, okay, Apollo and Rocky's relationship, it's fine now. But Mickey dies, or whatever his name was. Mick, the old guy, Rocky's trainer, he dies. That's great. That's perfect. And I didn't really like this one that much, but you know what, Adrian, my favorite character, bro. Honestly, she shined the most in this movie. My wrist hurts. Bro, my wrist hurts from throwing spoons. I'm getting off talking. Adrian and Sylvester Stallone. What was the name of Adrian's actress? I don't remember. But, like, Adrian and Rocky are the best movie couple I've ever seen because, like, their relationship literally started off slow. And they never get into fights. They never, like, divorce. I'm looking at you, Die Hard 3. Or is it Die Hard 4? But anyways, they're just so perfect. Rocky 4 and 5. I'm combining them together because, you know what? I'm going to talk about Rocky 4 and 5 in another video because I have a lot to say about Rocky 4 and 5. So we're just going to skip straight to 6 because why not? Because that one was really interesting to me because I was born a year after it came, no, 2 years after it came out. So I just want to talk about that one. Rocky 6 is an interesting movie, mainly because I'm pretty sure when it came out, no one expected another Rocky movie, but they got one. I want to talk about something very, very... I'm pretty sure everyone noticed this one. The fact that Rocky Jr. is played by Milo... What's his last name?
Milo Ventimiglia.
Wait, what?
Milo Ventimiglia.
I guess the G is silent, so Milo Ventimiglia. Huh. Milo plays Rocky's son in the 6th movie, and it's interesting to me that they couldn't get back Rocky's son Sage to play him. I guess he wasn't old enough to play him, and I think Sylvester Stallone's other son was the baby in the 2nd movie. It couldn't have been Sage, because Sage was born the year Rocky came out, like the 1st movie, so it couldn't have been him. It could. Rest in peace, Sage Stallone. You were a good man. I hope you were a good man. But this one's interesting because Rocky comes out of retirement and he's like, I'm gonna fight again. Literally, I feel that, what's the description? Oh, he falls on hard times after his accountant mismanages his finances. Rocky's always having financial trouble in all these movies. I swear to God, it's it happened in 2 and it ended in 6. But it wasn't a bad movie. I just thought, why do I want to see old dudes fight? It's not really maybe my dad would like that, bro. My dad loves the Rocky movies. He didn't make me watch Creed. I watched Creed on my own, but God, I love the Rocky movies more than him. Creed 1 and 2 are very serious and very interesting additions to the Rocky movie series because they're not just about Rocky, although it's it's plot B. It's plot B when it comes to those movies. But it's mainly about Apollo's son, Adonis, who, I mean, he's half related to the Creed family, but it doesn't matter. He wants to be a boxer too, just like his dad, and Rocky ends up training him. It's kind of poetic. The 2nd movie, oh my God, the 2nd movie is so good because they brought back Drago, and they gave Drago a son, and then he beats the shit out of Adonis. And then he's like, they gotta train him again so that he'd be able to fight, Drago's son, whose name I don't know what his name is, but words can't describe how good that movie is. It's just, oh my God, I love that more than the 1st movie. There, I said it. Don't cancel me, please. You guys are in luck. I won't be uploading Thursday and Friday, so a whole bunch of videos are coming out after this one, and it's a whole bunch of movies I watched during the lockdown, so you are in luck. Also, don't forget to subscribe.